Yes, indeed. Good morning, everybody. It's your boy Retro with you on this morning. You know how we do a little retro philosophy for you in the morning. Today is Monday, and again, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I'm real good right now because it's my time of the year. The spring is my time of the year. I happen to enjoy spring very much, with the exception of the pollen. The pollen kind of really messes with me, but it is what it is. And so sometimes you must take the good with the bad, right? You got to take the good with the bad sometimes. And so I'd rather deal with the pollen than I would the cold and all that. So yeah, springtime is here. And yesterday was a beautiful day. We went to church, had a good time, and then met up with some of the fellas afterwards and took a nice little ride. Got some air therapy going on, some wind therapy going on, and so we just want to say good morning to everybody. Look here. If it's within your power, if it's within your ability to do something that you enjoy, look here, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Now, I want to remind you up front real quick before I forget, before you forget. I ain't going to forget, and I certainly don't want you to forget. You got to join us tonight at 8 p.m. We are going to have an awesome show that I think is going to be a blessing to everybody who listens, who tunes in, who calls in, who participates. I think it's going to be a blessing. So make sure you join us on tonight, 8 p.m. right here, same station, same channel, just a little later on in the day. About 12 hours from now, 11 and a half hours from now. We're going to have Icy with us on. She's going to be with us on tonight from NC's Finest. Very, very intelligent young lady and very articulate. And so we are excited to have her on the show tonight, and we're looking forward to the conversation, looking forward to the wisdom, and sure you join in on tonight. We want to say a shout out to all the ladies that are riding and doing your thing on the twos. And I tell you, man, the more and more you look, man, you seeing these ladies, these women on these bikes. And they ain't on no Sportsters no more. They later for the 888, 883. They pulling out them big things out the garage. Them road glides and street glides, full dressers. Ultra limiteds and all that stuff. They CVOs. These women is doing their thing. And so we salute all of the ladies who are out there riding like a real queen. And if I'm not mistaken, they had a all women's ride on this past weekend down in Jacksonville, Florida. I saw a few clips of that surfing around the internet. So, congratulations to all the ladies that went down to Jacksonville, Florida, and participated in the all women's ride. So just shout out to you. All right. So check it out. I want to talk to you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Now, you might not be ready. I'm not talking about riding. If you ready, then you ready. Well, no, we might as well include that too, because sometimes we think we ready, but we really ain't ready, because look here, the first thing I rode other than a BMX was a dirt bike, and it was a nice one. I was probably about 12, 13 years old, somewhere around there. And my homeboy Keith, he it was his dirt bike. I ended up buying it from him, and we're out there, we riding that thing, man, and it was nice. But the first motorcycle I ever rode was completely different than a dirt bike. Of course, the dirt bike, it got me ready. It allowed me to understand how everything works. See, the dirt bike was very light. I can maneuver it, and to fall off of a dirt bike, it's not you can get hurt. Don't get it twisted. But it's not the same as falling on a okay, I've fallen on both of them. And so you got to understand that just because you are efficient on a dirt bike don't mean it's going to work out the same on a motorcycle. Okay, dirt bike, a few 100 pounds, a motorcycle almost a ton, well, depending on what you're riding. Mine is just over like 900 pounds, somewhere thereabouts. And so hey, Marcus, good morning to you, brother. How you doing? Thank you for pressing play, being with us on this morning. God is good all the time, and all the time he is good. And so, Marcus, sometimes we think we're ready, but we really ain't. And so the little dirt bike, it was cool. It did teach me some things. And because I knew how to ride that, it was easier to learn how to ride the motorcycle. I didn't necessarily have to learn how to ride it in terms of, one down and five up, or back in the day, one down and four up. But I had to get acquainted with a complete different machine. Okay. And so sometimes we think we're ready, but we really ain't. It's just like, you in the little leagues, and you might be on your way to the big leagues, but you ain't ready yet. And so we've got to be very, very careful, because sometimes we think we're ready, but we're really not. Okay. And so tonight's show, I got on this morning. I was gonna lay in bed and just chill and relax. Today is my day off. I got some other things I got to do around the house and elsewhere. But I said, nah, man, I got to get on and tell them about tonight's show, because I really need for you guys. I don't just want. I need for you to join in on tonight. Okay, we're gonna talk about options. Now, I ain't gonna give the show away. I'm just gonna try to get you ready for it. We're gonna be talking about options. Okay, now it's important that you have options. It's necessary that you have options, and we're going to talk about all of this stuff later on today. Good morning, JJ Aguilera. How you doing, sir? Good morning to you. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. And I tell you, man, look at here, man. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all see this? Y'all know what that is, right? It's a road atlas. Okay. Now, tonight we're going to be talking about options. I'm prepping you for it right now. I'm showing you this, JJ, because I'm getting my trip ready. Okay, for California. All right. Now there are so many different routes that one can take to get to California. Okay. And then there are some that say, oh, you shouldn't go this way. Some say you shouldn't go that way. I like to listen to everybody's opinion. And I will even listen to your advice, and then I will apply it as necessary, because not all advice is good to be applied. We just might as well be real about it. Okay. Now, my mama and my daddy taught me to be kind. They taught me to be respectful. Okay. And so you can be giving a brother some advice. You can be giving a sister some advice. Let me just keep it personal, keep it real. Okay. I'll speak for me. You can give me advice, and I'm going to listen to you, because I know how to be respectful. But sometimes, doggone well, y'all out that's watching, somebody can be giving you advice, and you already know that's a bunch of bull. You already know that, really, dude, really, homegirl, for real, really. But you be kind, you be respectful, and you listen. And my former pastor, he's gone on to glory, Bishop Marion Ezekiel Shaw. He used to say, you got to know how to eat the fish and spit out the bones. Anybody ever heard that before? Just raise your hand in the comment section if you've heard that before. You got to know how to eat the fish and spit out the bones. I stopped by my brother's house yesterday. He had a little broil going on, some crab legs and some fish and everything. And so I stopped by there last night. Me and my family, we went over to his house. And we're just sitting there chilling and talking and just, chopping it up. And I was eating some fish, and it was good too. My brother can cook, man. He markets Chef Boyardee, and so I'm eating some fish, and guess what? Bone was in it. A couple bones was in it. That's what happened when you eat fish. But you know what I did? I spit the bones out and kept on eating the meat. Yeah. And so sometimes people, they give you bony advice. I'm not talking about bony in terms of skinny. I'm talking about advice that's full of bones. And you take the meat that you can apply, that's applicable. You take that meat, but you spit the doggone bones out. Okay. And so that's just life. That's just life. You don't have to apply everything that's given to you or put on you or thrown at you, if you understand what I'm saying. Yes, I'm coming to Cali. LL, no, go get LL. No, Cool J, LL Cool J. Yeah, I'm going back to Cali. Yeah. I'm coming, y'all. I've been on Tuesday this time. I'm going back to Cali. I should have had that for my theme song this morning, because I'm going back to Cali. I'm gonna stop and see my sister, see my brother-in-law, see some other family and loved ones while I'm out that way. And I'm gonna also come check out JJ Aguilera and the rest of the brothers out there. So check this out. Here's another thing I need to let you know about. In preparation for my trip, I need to contact JJ. Help me out if you got any other brothers in the area. And if anyone knows any other motorcycle ministries from here to California, I want to get acquainted with them. I want to meet them. I want to link up with them, because I'm trying to stop by and see as many motorcycle ministries. And even if it ain't a motorcycle ministry, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this a trip that will go down in the memory books. and just meet some really good people is the goal. Because I'm telling you, it's nothing like friendship, it's nothing like brotherhood. But let's be real, some friendships you ain't ready for. I mean, you can meet some people and they just as nice as can be, but you ever leave out of their presence and I wasn't ready for that. Not so much that they terrible people or this, that, or the other, but where they're at and what they're doing is completely different from where you are and what you're doing, and it caught you off guard, or it caught you, you just wasn't ready. I years ago I wanted to work with an individual because we were in the same field of business. And I just like, yeah, that'd be great. It's so and so and such, and we could, man, look at here. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't. I thought I was, but yeah. Some people are nicer from afar than they are up close and in person. I'll leave that right there and just keep it moving. So yeah. So I'm planning my trip, folks, and I am open for different viewpoints and perspectives, because though I'm just babbling this morning. I mean, so you can click on or you can click off, whatever suits you, whatever floats your boat. I like to, I'm not going to take everybody's advice. I may listen to it, and if something, like I said, if I can apply it, then I will. Because I understand that there does come a time where you have to forget what you think you know so that you can learn what you don't. Now, I get that and I understand that, but look at here. Come on, brother. Say it loud for those in the back. Not everyone in your corner wants to see you win. That's just real talk. Some folks are in your corner because they want a closer seat for what they are anticipating to be failure. And but guess what? I ain't going to fail and I ain't going to fall apart, because that's just not my makeup. I'm McIver Strong. You don't know, ask somebody. Hashtag McIver Strong. I got a little baby in me. We don't die, we multiply. You know what I'm saying? It's just, come on, man. Not everybody in your corner wants to see you win. You know what I mean? That's just real talk. And if you've been alive long enough, anybody over the age of 5 years old, anybody over the age of 7 years old, then you already know that. I learned that first lesson in kindergarten. So, I mean, the thing that sucks, and I hate to use that word, but the thing that sucks is it's a lesson that we have to relearn over and over again. I was talking with one of the brothers yesterday. We went and pounded down the road, and while we were at the restaurant, we were just talking. And we were talking about, supporting your own, you understand what I'm saying, and their business and so on and so forth. But sometimes it's difficult. You already know I'm one that likes to support my own. I'm what you call, I'm black proud. Yeah, I'm proud to be black. Yes, I am. I believe I'm a strong black man. I've been through some struggles as a black man, but I'm proud to be black. I'm proud of my skin. I'm proud of who I am. I do believe that because of what I look like, it opens me up to potential issues or problems that my counterparts may not have to experience or go through. But I also try not to look at it from that point of view, even though I believe it to be factual. I try not to use that as my go-to lens. Come on, somebody, but when stuff happens, I just be like, well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But, I believe in supporting my own, but sometimes we don't make it easy, right? But because Ray did me bad at the butcher shop or at the tire shop or wherever, doesn't mean, Jumbo gonna do me bad at the rim shop. You understand what I'm saying? And so sometimes we have to relive the life lesson that not everybody in your corner wants to see you win. And the reason why a brother like me has to re-experience it over and over again throughout life is because I'm the kind of dude that's going to give everybody a fair shot. I'm not going to treat you based on the way they treated me, or I'm not going to shut you down based on the way they treat. I'll give you a chance to do to me the same thing that they did. And short, that's just it. Some may not agree with that. You know what I mean? But I have faith in mankind. I do. I don't think that everybody is bad. I think that there are some genuinely good people, and I'm gonna believe that to the day I die. Yeah, I'm just gonna believe that because that's retro philosophy. It might not be yours, but it's mine. Okay, and so you might not be ready for that because see, here's the deal. Some of us, or maybe I should say some of y'all, because I'm not including myself in this one right here. But so some of y'all look for excuses to stay mad. You look for excuses not to be happy. You look for excuses not to trust, not to believe, not to hope. Look here, bro. I got options. Yeah, I got options. I don't got to be mad the rest of the days of my life. You know what I'm saying? My father's fate, my mother's fate doesn't necessarily have to be mine. And it's not like my mother or my father had a terrible fate. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is sometimes we think because my mama did this or my mama went through that or my mama experienced this or my daddy, then that's, it's normal. It's what's no. My mother and my father suffered some things so that I wouldn't have to. They sacrificed some things so that I wouldn't have to. I've sacrificed some things so that my kids wouldn't have to. You see what I'm saying? And so I have options. You better believe it. I can't wait to dive into this conversation tonight. Tiffany, I'm doing my best not to jump into it right now because it's such a good topic. But I'm gonna put a pin in it right there, and we're gonna pick it up tonight at 8 p.m. So make sure you tune in. Yours truly, Retro, alongside Tiffany, aka Icy, will be in the building on tonight on the Retro Philosophy Show, Biker Edition. And we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about options. And you know what? I also want to talk about the fate when you don't have options. So y'all getting a precursor of it tonight. So that therefore you should be ready. The phone should be hopping off the chain tonight because you already got a preview of what we're going to be discussing. So make sure you come back tonight at 8 p.m. with your questions, your comments, and your input. Okay. So I happen to believe in people. Yeah. And just because he did me wrong doesn't mean I'm going to give everybody, doesn't mean I'm going to write everybody else off. Okay. That's a trick of the enemy. It's a trick of the enemy. I released a word one time at church and God had caused me to release the same word, a couple times since then. And it was directed to specific individuals, particularly, but it could apply, broadly across the board. And I'm gonna release it this morning, okay? And it's real simple. It's not deep. It's not super profound. It's real simple. He said, and this is not the word, but the Bible tells us that he took the simple things to confound the wise. And so we got to realize sometimes it really ain't that deep. It's not that deep. Why we got to make it like it's so deep and so, it's sometimes it's so simple. You walking around like you extra deep, and you deep in a hole. You deep in a hole. You deep in a hole. You can't control what happens around you, but you can control how you react to it. Absolutely. And JJ, that's a place where we have to get to. We have to get to a place where we understand, number one, that we can control how we react. And number two, we put it in place. We put it in action. Okay. I can control. I have control. I don't have control over you. I don't have control over what you do or how you do what you do or when you do what you do, how you do what you do. But I can control how I react to what you do, when you do, how you do what you do. Come on, somebody. You feel me? But I do think that it's something that we have to learn. And sometimes it's the trials and tribulations that we go through that teaches us. It was bad, but control how you react. And can I be real? Sometimes your wife can be a good reminder. My wife reminds me all the time because look here, I still struggle with some things, and when some things hit me just right, dude, I'm telling you, and sometimes my wife, she has this really nice way of reminding me of what I already said. How are you going to fight against what if somebody say something, what they said, what they think, it's one thing you can kind of, have a rebuttal or whatever. But when they remind you of what you said, then you just got to just, okay, yeah, I did say that, right? Okay, yeah. So, so anyway, we have to understand that we can control how we react. Okay. And sometimes people do things because they're trying to get a reaction out of us. Okay. And you know what, JJ, to be honest with you, this is how I usually say it. They do things to get a reaction out of us. But what we have to learn to do is respond to what they do versus react. Okay. Because when I react, is usually, every action has a what? Reaction, right? So if you do something to me and I react based on what you did, it's going to, you see what I'm saying? But when I respond, it's intelligent, it's conscious. It's thought out, you see what I'm saying? So instead of reacting, because the reaction is going to be based on what was done, but the response is going to be based on experience, based on wisdom, based on character, based on all those things. It's going to be a response. Okay. A response. Kevin Anthony Green is in the building. Yo, I feel like success now. My man is here. My man, Kevin, aka Seeds of the Father. Make sure you check him out. He's on Facebook. I'm sure he's on Instagram and everywhere else. Kev, put your website in the comment section, because I believe in Seeds of a Father. I believe in Kevin, and the reason why I believe in Seeds of a Father is because I believe in Kevin. Real talk. I'm just gonna put it out there. You feel me? I mean, I believe in you, bro, and therefore I believe in what you're doing. But more than that, it's a good thing that he's doing, y'all. It's a good thing that he's doing. So we say good morning to Kev on this morning. What you said was funny. I'm not sure which part, but I'm sure it probably was. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But check it out. We have to learn that we don't always have to respond, or we don't always have to react to what they do. And sometimes we shouldn't react at all. We should do our best to respond. So I appreciate you guys this morning, but check this out. Yeah, everything that's going on around us, let's do our best not to let it affect us the way the plan was for it to affect us. Breath of fresh air on this Monday morning. What y'all got planned for today? I don't have a whole lot. Let's see here. Are you ready? Let's get back to that. Are you ready? A lot of stuff. Oh, so the word that I was going to release. Don't be afraid to do it again. Yeah, don't be afraid to do it again. Because see, you tried to help so-and-so, and they disregarded, or they weren't grateful, or they this or they that. Because people are something else, and sometimes when people act like they hindsight, sometimes if we're not careful, it will get us to a place in our mind or in our heart or in our emotions where we just say, I ain't doing it no more. I ain't helping nobody else. They just, but when we do that, it affects us more than it does them, because if you are a giver, then that's you're gonna be backed up if you stop giving. Whatever it is that you do, you got to keep doing, and you can't let. I was gonna say buttholes, but I probably shouldn't say it because somebody might get offended or say, you can't let people stop you from doing what you have been created to do. So don't be afraid to do it again. Okay. You keep doing what's in your heart to do. If you know it's a good thing, if you know God is on your side, keep doing it. I know they ain't grateful. I know they wasn't grateful. I know they didn't appreciate it, but you keep doing it because the one who will be grateful is out there. Okay. And when you find that one, it's going to make up for all those other jack legs, bootlegs, cripple legs, short legs, wobbly legs, ugly legs, and any other kind of legs. It's going to make up for them. It's going to make up for them. All right. So don't stop now. If you stop now, you stop too soon. Hashtag retro philosophy. Okay. I've been there. The Bible says it this way. I think it was Jeremiah. He said it was like fire shut up in my bones. Because he had got to the point where he said he wasn't going to say nothing else. He got to the point where he said, I'm done. I'm done with these folks. I'm done. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it no more. I ain't doing it no more. I ain't doing it no more. Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the. But he said I ain't gonna do it. But he said it's like fire shut up in my bones. Sister Tony Hicks is in the building. That's my homegirl, real and raw. Come on, somebody. Wow, I was feeling the same way, not wanting to help because they show their true colors and just nasty, but found myself still helping. Truth talk. Sister girl, you already know what it is. Okay. Now here's the deal. Somebody like you, somebody like me, somebody like somebody else that might be watching, you know, that has a desire to help, that has a desire to do, you will come across many of people that will see your ability and your willingness to help, and they will try to take advantage of it. But it's like, how are you going to steal something that's free? You know, you breaking a law that don't even need to be broken. You're sinning a sin that don't even need to be sinned. I mean, it's free. Why are you going to steal it? Because, I mean, it's like, dude, it's free. Why are you going to steal it? And so they will try to take advantage of what you're willing to do freely. Because people are just grimy, man. And trust me, I probably shouldn't go here. But there are some people who just like to use people. Yeah. And when the next best thing comes, they forget about you. See, when you can fill a void, serve a purpose. Oh, yeah, come on in. Oh, yeah. But then when somebody else comes along, you know, they're going to drop you like hot bread, you know. So it is what it is. It's real talk, you know. It's real talk. It's real talk. So ain't no need to sugarcoat real talk. But Sister Tony, we just want to encourage you to keep on doing what you do, because at the end of the day, we're not doing it for the people. We're not doing God. I think, yeah, it does hurt. It does hurt, you know, but that's good. And it's not good that it's hurting, but it's good that you can still hurt, because that means you still have a heart. You see, some people do what they do and they don't even think twice. They no longer have a heart. But see, people like us, we still have a heart. And so it hurts us. And for that, we should be grateful. We should thank God. See, the Bible says, in all things, give thanks. It didn't say be thankful for all things, because I wasn't thankful for what you did. Not you guys, but, you know, I wasn't thankful for what they did. As a matter of fact, I was like Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. If it be possible, let this cup pass. Why me, Lord? Why me? But nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. Because if God allows it, then there's something in it that I can benefit from, some shape, form, or fashion. Okay. And so it hurts. I love you too, sis. You already know it. You already know it, you know. And so you be encouraged and you keep doing what God tells you to do. Because here's the beauty of it, right? When you are taken advantage of, and when you are walked on and stepped on, and when they get done doing all that, guess what? They have to give an account for it. They have to give an account for it. You know, and I'm just going to roll up my sleeves. They short anyway, but metaphorically, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and I'm going to show you some scars. Okay. I was the individual who was hurt, stepped on, taken advantage of, this, that, and the other. And I found myself, you know, saying, God, get them. God, you know, it's wrong what they doing, this, that, and the other. And God said, until you stop asking that, I ain't doing nothing. Yeah. So I had to get to a place, hear me good, folks. I had to get to a place where I just had to let go. Because if I'm doing it as unto the Lord, then why am I expecting certain things from them? Because see, God has a way of repaying those who continue in their labor of love, not labor for reward, not labor for respect, not labor for position, not labor for prestige, but labor of love. There's never been a church I've been a part of that I haven't given myself to wholeheartedly, financially, emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. There's never been a church that I've been a part of that I haven't given myself to. But I also understand that it wasn't for the pastor's recognition or the pastor's accolades or this, that, or the other. You know, it was as unto the Lord. And I'm not saying that this is any of y'all's situation. I'm just talking from my own experience, and maybe you didn't, maybe this doesn't apply to you on a spiritual level, but maybe, on a professional level, maybe you're trying to get, maybe you're doing things on the job and you're waiting for accolades and this, that, and the other, and you're not getting it. And now you're becoming bitter. But you've got to understand that maybe that's your stomping ground. Maybe that's your sharpening post, because maybe God's getting ready to open a door for you to run your own business, your own company. And then you'll look back and say, man, I learned so much while I was there. They didn't appreciate me. They didn't value me, but it was a stepping stone. I learned so much while I was there. It was a time in my life where I was able to try different things. I was going to start a business some years ago, and but I wasn't too sure about how certain things would work. So I went to another company that was doing the same thing, and I said, I'll do it on their dime. I'll learn on their dime, And of course, one thing led to another, and it turned into something completely different, of which I was completely good with. But my point is, sometimes you got to start in a place on their dime. Yeah. So you might not be getting the recognition on that job that you think you deserve, or in that church that you think you deserve, or whatever. But keep doing it. Keep hone your skills there. Because you never know what doors God's going to open up for you down the road. And when he opens that door, you don't want to be getting ready. You want to be ready. Okay. That's why we've got to do whatever it is that we're doing as unto the Lord, because he said in his word that he would not forget our labor of love. He will not forget it. Now they may forget it, but God won't. Okay. And so I had to get to a place where I was okay with them getting over. I was okay with them getting away. They never get away. You never get away. You, me, none of us. We will never get away with the wrong that we do. You might call it karma. The Bible it tells a story, y'all, for my Sunday school folks. It tells the story about a woman by the name of Jezebel, right? She had a husband, and so boom, it was prophesied that he was going to be killed, and he was, and her as well. But it didn't happen to her for, I believe it was like the space of 14 years, right? And so the Bible says, because the sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, or in other words, because you don't get what you deserve right away, you think you got away. But just like it was prophesied, Jezebel died. She was thrown out of the upper room, and the dogs ate her bones and licked her blood, the same way they did to Nabal, I believe it was. So what you got coming to you is coming. Okay. The only way you can remedy it is to fall at the mercies of God. Okay. And even then, some stuff you still gonna receive. It's just gonna be dealt out to you in grace, with a little grace and with a little mercy. All right, because there are some things that you gonna pay for. You look at here, man. I ain't know we was gonna go here. I was talking about options, but that's another thing. Y'all folks, listen to me good. Make sure you tune in tonight. I'm telling you, church folk, bikers, whoever you are, tune in tonight, because you need to understand the necessity of having options. You let people walk over you and walk on you and mistreat you and all that other stuff, because you feel like you don't have any other options. Look at here. Don't get it twisted. Just because it was my only choice don't mean it's my only option. Whoo. Holy Ghost. All time. Just because it was my only choice don't mean it's my only option. See, there's a difference. I would prefer to make it work right here, but I got options. I went to work where I'm working right now because, it was my choice, but not my only option. I had several options on the table, but it was my choice. And sometimes people think because that's what you chose, that was your only option. Look here, look again. Read that again. Okay. And so we have to see, that's why we ain't ready. You getting ready to do such and such, but you really ain't ready because you don't understand that you got options. I'm gonna stop because we're gonna dig into that tonight. But I think that that's one thing that we need to understand, and I see it in the church all the time, man. I see it in the church all the time, growing up in the church and everything. People think that they don't have any other options, so they put up with stuff that normally, if they had other options, they wouldn't put up with. You know. Okay. Do I need to get out of here, y'all? Do I need to get gone? Do I need to get gone? Am I going too far, y'all? So check this out. As I said earlier, I'm getting ready for my trip, and dude, there's so many options, and there are things in the book that you won't get on the GPS system. I mean, they'll usually give you 2 or 3 routes, fastest route and scenic route or whatever. But they can't put everything in that. Yes, like they can on this map. I mean, there's little bitty routes and different ways around things and stuff like that. And so it's good. And of course I was advised that I should have one of these and that I should keep it in my bike so that when I'm traveling, suppose my GPS goes out on a glitch, suppose my battery died on my phone, I can pull out my map and I can find a route to get to where I'm trying to get to. But again, what I like about it is there's so many other options, and trust me, in life, you want to have a life where you have options, plural. Yeah, not an option, but options, plural. Okay. So, are you really ready for what you're doing? What if it doesn't work? I never forget our first official business. I was about 17 years old. It was Hotspot Variety. It ended up being Hotspot Variety, 1179 Worcester Street in Indian Orchard. And my father was a little bit upset. He was more than a little upset. He was very upset because, excuse me, y'all. And the reason why he was upset, and I understand, I got it. Let's see. Tony says, it's not my only choice. Hashtag I got options. That's right. And sometimes you have to respectfully let them jokers know it. Because they think that you got no choice. Look here, I got a choice. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, because I believe in you. I believe in what you have going here, and I want to help. But I mean, this ain't my only option. Because the same way I'm helping you, I can help somebody else. I mean, it's real talk. See, I heard somebody say this years ago, and I don't remember who it was. A couple of people come to mind, and I can't remember for sure which one it was, but I think it was David Eady. I think who I heard it with it first. But why stay where you are tolerated when you can be where you're celebrated? And there's a big difference between being tolerated and being celebrated. I saw a matter of fact, it was on somebody's page. I saw it a couple of days ago when the schools were desegregated, and I can't remember the name of the school, but there was a black gentleman in the classroom. They had allowed him in because they desegregated the schools, right? So he's in the classroom with the rest of the folk, but he's off to the corner all by him lonesome self. Mm-hmm. Not only was he in the corner by himself, but he was ignored. His questions were not answered, and the lesson wasn't even directed to him. He was tolerated. They had no choice because the law said you had to let everybody in. He was tolerated, but he wasn't celebrated. The story goes on that he persevered. Okay. And he stuck with it in spite of the nastiness, in spite of the, in spite of what they were doing, he stuck with it and stayed at it. And it wasn't long till they were coming to him for explanations and for answers and for understanding. It's funny, but it ain't funny how God can cause the thing to flip over. Okay. And so let me put fair warning out in the airways. Be very careful, very, very careful how you treat folks, because the one you make fun of today might be the one you need tomorrow. I could go into specifics, but I will not. But there was a family that I literally saw with my own eyes being treated a certain kind of way for a long time. And God changed the tables. He turned the tables. And now those children are doctors. Those children are doing good for themselves. They're good leaders. They're doing so well. And I am extremely proud of them. And the very ones that were making fun of them and talking about them and this, that, and the other, guess what? They're still doing the same thing. Yeah, to somebody else. They're stuck. They're stuck. They're stuck. And you can probably tell in the tone of my voice that it's one of my pet peeves. So I'm going to calm down, have a woosah moment. Y'all excuse me for a moment. And so they're stuck. See, I got to calm down. They're stuck, y'all. And so that's what happens. People, they get stuck. So don't worry about them. I said this yesterday in church. Those who are on the sidelines are watching you go by. Yeah, they're talking trash and they're saying this and that, but they're on the sideline. They're not even in the game. They're not even in the race. They're on the sideline. So be careful how you let someone on the sideline cause you to get out of the race. Run your lane. Do your thing. Make it happen. And don't worry about those on the sideline. Okay? Don't worry about them on the sideline. Because when God turns the tables, he's going to do just that. Okay? And, there's a scripture that says he'll make your enemies your footstool. I don't know who I'm talking to on this morning, but I need for you to be encouraged. You need to be encouraged. Okay. You need to be encouraged. And so the statement went on to say, why stay where you are tolerated when you can be where you're celebrated? To be tolerated can affect your effectiveness. It can affect your productivity. It can affect your creativity. Just being tolerated. Because when you're just being tolerated, you feel that negativity. You feel that. You feel the tension. You ever walk into a room and you're just being tolerated? You can feel it, man. You can feel it in the air. But when you're celebrated, my goodness, it boosts your confidence. It boosts your creativity. It boosts your productivity. I mean, it's a booster. It's a booster. It's a booster. Look here, man. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. You need to join us on tonight. We're gonna talk about options, the importance of having options, the ugliness of not having options. We're going to dive in on tonight, and we want you to be a part of the conversation. So make sure you log on tonight. If you happen to be getting ready to get off Facebook or whatever, you can catch us on YouTube as well. Make sure you go over to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and hit the share button as well. Retro Philosophy. I believe it's Retro Philosophy. And if you need to email us or anything, it's retrophilosophy.75@gmail.com. That's how you can hit us there on the email thingy thing. And then if you want to support the channel, you can do so by going to Cash App, $ Retro Philosophy. All right. Retro Philosophy. How y'all doing on this morning? Who we got with us? Y'all need to, say hello when you come into the room. So are you ready is the question. And if you ain't ready, you need to get ready. All right. TD Jakes, come here, TD Jakes. Yeah. Come here, TD. Yeah. Get ready. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. laugh, smile. Kirk, Kirk Franklin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You look better when you smile. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Smile. Yeah, you look better when you smile, folks. Okay, and I get it. You know, sometimes it is difficult to smile when you are going through so much ugly stuff. You know, uh, but that's when you got to smile even the more. You know what my mama Edna used to say? I called her yesterday. I said, "What you doing?" She looking for me, calling me Edna. But yo, my mama, my mama used to always say, especially when I was younger, she used to always tell me, she said, "Don't let them see you sweat, baby. Yeah, don't let them see you sweat. Yeah, you can be nervous, but they ain't gotta know it. You can be scared, but they ain't gotta know it. Don't let them see you sweat. Just do your thing and keep it moving." Yes, indeed. I got my baby girl on the line. She done clicked on um from on YouTube. Let's see, George McLaren, first black. Baby, you good, girl. You good. That's exactly what it was. George McLaren. And he was the first black in the University of Oklahoma. Yeah. That's my helpmate, y'all. She got my back, y'all. She got my back. And but y'all Google it, because real talk, that's exactly who it was. George McLaren. And I hope I'm saying that right. And it was the University of Oklahoma. And they had no choice. They tolerated them because the law said they had to, but they didn't celebrate them. They stuck them over in a corner. But when you are greatness, come on now, gotta make them celebrate you. Yeah. And so that's exactly who it was. And it was the University of Oklahoma. So let's see here. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. I do have some things I gotta do. I still got time to do some of it. Then I gotta go see my doctor, y'all. I'm making sure I'm staying healthy and all that good stuff. I'm getting old, y'all. I mean, and who ever heard of getting hurt sleeping? I went to sleep the other night and woke up in the middle of the night. It's like, oh Lord, I messed around, and my wife, it's her fault, because she got all these pillows on the bed, and I don't know if your wife got them, do that, all them pillows on the bed. I mean, I always thought one pillow was sufficient, but my wife doesn't think so. So we got all these pillows on the bed. And I went to bed the other night and I was tired, and I laid down looking at some TV, just rested. And before you know it, I fell completely to sleep. And she can sleep on a million pillows. I don't know how she do it. She got several here. She got one at the back. She just all pillowed out, and she be all good and comfortable in her little pillow cocoon. And I ain't used to all them pillows. And I fell asleep with all them pillows and crooked my neck and everything. And now I'm all, so I'm gonna see if I can get that checked out today or whatever, but it's all good though. You gotta take the good with the bad. I deal with all the pillows as long as I get her sweetness and all that. Yeah, Ooh. Shelly, go back to work. Click off and go on back to work, girl. She gonna get me, y'all. She gonna get me. I'm just bugging out right now, man. But yo, check it out. For real. God is good all the time, and all the time he's good. It's your boy Retro with a little retro philosophy for you on this morning. You got to understand that you too have options. You don't have to take everything that they're dishing out at you. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe it's time for folk to understand that they've got to do better. And they'll never do better if you never make them do better. Sometimes you got to set some boundaries, Now, I'm doing this as unto the Lord, but don't take me for Boo-Boo the Fool either, Yeah, because the same way I'm doing it as unto the Lord here, I can do it as unto the Lord there. So somebody might get in their feelings or whatever, but you should have had your big boy drawers on. You wouldn't have got in your feelings. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get off, because I choose to inspire it. I feel myself creeping into a space where I want to call some things out, and I want to, and that's not me, that's what they do. Michelle, no, Michelle Obama. Yeah. Come here, please. Yeah. When they go low, we go high. Thank you, Michelle. Tell Barack I said, what's up? Yeah. Yeah. I'll be over for the 4th of July pickout. I sure will. Yes, ma'am. All right. See you. Yeah. That was Michelle, y'all. She's just reminding us, when they go low, we go high. When they go low, we go high. When they go low, we go high. Yeah, that's what we do, y'all. That's what we do. All right. So I'm going to get out of here. That's about the 4th time, 5th time I've said it. But for real, I'm getting ready to bounce. Make sure you join in on tonight. As I said, we're going to have Tiffany with us, aka Icy of MC's Finest, and we will be talking about options. Okay, Retro Philosophy Biker Edition tonight at 8 p.m. You can get us here on Facebook and YouTube. Peace. Holla. See you later. Yes, indeed.